Well, good afternoon. Today is Friday, October 10th, and we have some birthdays to do. But first, we got to get out of the driveway safely because we don't want to run anybody over. At least not today. Maybe tomorrow? No. But today is Sam's 10th birthday, so Sam, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sam. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. 10 years old. Wow, you got your whole life ahead of you. It's also Jane Newman. You got your whole life ahead of you, too. Everybody does, really. But today's Jane Newman's birthday, so Jane, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jane. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Debbie Byrne, B-Y-R-N-E, Debbie. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Debbie. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope all three of you have a great birthday, but we have one anniversary because today is Kathy and Stephen Marquardt. It's 33rd anniversary, 33 years. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Well, I hope you have a great anniversary. Well, I got up this morning to battle Best Buy because I have a zero balance at Best Buy. And they sent me a notification that in my next bill I owe $57.35. And I thought there's no way because it's only my credit card, it's not Jim's. So I know if any charges would have been made, it would have been by me. And I know I didn't do it. So I called to find out what was going on. And it was some kind of an annual membership that I never signed up for, that they just automatically hide in the fine print that you don't see. I said, I don't want that. She said, well, you've had a whole month of it. And I said, no, not really. I didn't ask for it, so whatever. So she said, well, you'll have to transfer you to this person. So I said, okay. So they transferred me to that person. Spoke English, didn't understand English. Had a hard time communicating with the person. Finally, they connected me to somebody that not only spoke English, but could understand English. And so they canceled it for me. And so then they canceled all future charges too. But that took a good half hour of my day to get that all straightened around. So annoying, but I got that all taken care of. And then I am planning on going later on today with Jim to the bookstore to finally spend my bookstore money that my brother had got me for my birthday. He gave me a $75 gift card. And then when I was looking for the gift card, because I put it away with all my other gift cards, I found another gift card for Barnes & Noble's for $25. So I have $100 to spend on books. I'm in my glory. Get to go spend $100 on books. So I did finish the book last night, so I'm bringing my 2 books back to the library. I told you that today I was going to tell you how many books I read, but I haven't figured it out yet. So over the weekend, I'll share that with you over the weekend. But right now we're on our way to the library to drop the books off, and then I put my name in. I can't stand it anymore. My hair, it's like, I know some people might not think this is long, but oh my God, this is like really, really long for me. So I made not an appointment. They have like great clips where I go, you call ahead. And I usually call ahead, and then I put my shoes on, and then I head on over. Oh, not today. There's 4 people ahead of me, and there's a 20-minute wait. So I thought, you know what? I think I got time to run to the library real quick, which is actually in the opposite direction. But I think I got time to drop my books off and then head back to the salon. Jim went to the bank to get some spending money, and then he's going to get a haircut, too. And I thought, you know what? We both got our haircut at the same time, although my hair grows way faster than Jim's. I should have really got a haircut about 2 weeks ago. So I had a coupon for $10 haircut. It expired yesterday. So I'm going to see if they'll still honor it today. But if not, I have another coupon to get at least $3 off. I'm sure they won't honor it, but you can't. It doesn't hurt to ask. I can always ask. The most they can tell me is no, and then I'll just use another coupon. Okay, buddy, I'll let you in if you hurry up. Hurry up, hurry up. Don't honk at me. I'm being nice. Uh, anyway, there's only a red light up here anyhow, so this is what annoys me. Is like, where are you going to go? It just turned green, but it was red at the time, and he's still moving along without me. He's behind me, so he's just fine. But I don't know why it hurts to be courteous along the way. I don't know. Anyway, but speaking of that, when we went to the fruit market yesterday, I noticed, which is in like the weirdest place ever. They have a little oven. Haha, I love it. We got caught by a red light. See, if I wouldn't have stopped to let the guy in, I would have went through, but he would have had to stop. That's just mean, Sandy. That's just mean and spiteful. Maybe that'll be my mantra for today. Mean and spiteful. No, that's just not me. Anyway, when in the produce section where the ready-made salads are, where you they have the ready-made salads and ready-made sandwiches and like ready-made meals that you can just pop in the microwave. They have a little oven where you serve yourself, and they have freshly baked cookies. So I thought, I think I want to get a cookie this week. So last week I got a cookie too. They were so good. They're chocolate chip with nuts. Last week they had peanut butter, but this week they didn't. Anyway, so I did like I did last week. I got 2 cookies because I thought, I'm getting a cookie, I'll get Jim a cookie. So, and they're pretty big cookies. We could have really just shared a cookie, but what we do is when I went to Crumble Cookies one time, I bought that little cutter that you cook, because it's about the same size as a Crumble cookie, that you can cut it into 4s. So that's what Jim and I usually do, and then we kind of eat it over a couple days. So I don't dare let somebody else in. He'll really get after me. Anyway, so we cut the cookie in half, and then we eat half a cookie each day. So anyway, so I bought 2 cookies, and I put them in the package, and I get up to the counter, and I didn't realize that the cookies have a bar SKU on them already to charge you for the cookies. So you're supposed to put 1 cookie in each bag. Well, I didn't realize that. So then when I was going through the checkout line, I told the cashier before she got to it, I said, I have 2 cookies in that bag. And so then she picks up the bag and she says, you have 2 cookies in here. And I go, yeah, I just told you I had 2 cookies in there. She said, why did you do that? And I said, well, because I just thought it would be easier. I said, I did it last week, and the cashier didn't say anything. I told her I had 2 cookies. She said, so in other words, you got a free cookie last week. I said, well, I don't know that I got a free cookie last week. I told her that I had 2 cookies, just like I'm telling you I have 2 cookies. She said, well, you're supposed to put it in 2 packages. I said, are you implying that I'm trying to steal a cookie? And she says, well, no, I'm not implying that. I'm just saying that if you have 2 cookies in a bag that's clearly marked for 1, it could be just rung up as 1. And I said, yeah, it probably could, unless the person didn't tell you that there were 2 cookies in the bag. And I told you there were 2 cookies in the bag. And she said, well, yes, you did. But, last week. And I said, you know what? Charge me for 3 cookies. And she says, well, are you going to go get another cookie? And I said, no, I'm going to go get the other cookie that you obviously think I stole last week. And she says, well, we don't know that you took a cookie. I said, well, you're implying that I stole a cookie. I said, trust me, I can afford to buy a 3rd cookie. If you think I'm stealing cookies. And so she said, no, I didn't mean to imply that. And I says, well, you not only applied it, you really suggested it more than an implication. You kind of like downright accused me of stealing a cookie. I said, and I'm just telling you that if I can afford $85 for what I'm getting right now, I think I can afford a $3 cookie. She was so, ugh. I was just so mad. And so when we left, I told Jim, I said, was it just me? Was I being overly sensitive? Or was she kind of implying that I was trying to steal a cookie? And he said, well, I would have thought she was thinking you were trying to steal a cookie. I said, that's the impression I got too. So that cookie tasted all the better. Just to know that I got my, and I know maybe I don't check my receipt. I always check my receipt at Kroger's for some reason. I don't know why, because I buy so much more, I guess. But I don't check it when I go there. Maybe now I need to start checking. And no way did I try to steal a cookie. Although they're good cookies. They're really good cookies. So I'm going to have the other half of my cookie with my dinner today. I had half of it yesterday. I'm going to have the other half today. But I don't know. I'm not a cookie bandit. I may be a cookie monster, but I'm not a cookie bandit. So we are here at the library, our first stop. Are they not open? They must not be open. Oh, well, I'll have to go to the... I don't know, he's a sketchy character sitting out front. I'm just going to go to the drop box. The lights are on. Oh, well. Just go to the drop box. I used to like the drop box. You could just pull up and just drop them in. Not anymore. You got to get out of the car like a mere mortal. Be right back. Just like that, I'm back. See, I don't like doing this, getting out of the car here in this area because, not to be, whatever, but we're in a, not the bestest area. We're right by the railroad tracks. And I always have memories of vagrants jumping off the trains and stuff like that. And then the fact that there was no cars. Oh, here's one lone truck. Must be at least one person working. Although the lights are on inside. Well, so I don't know. Anyway, now there's a bunch of people coming in now. She's looking like I'm looking. I know they're closed Monday for Columbus. I think it's for Columbus Day. I think they're closing. I think. But anyway, we got the books dropped off. That's all I wanted to really worry about right now. So, and I was looking online to see what kind of books I wanted to get. I know I'm going to get the J.A. Jance book for sure. But I think there's a couple other books I might want to get. So, yeah. Tomorrow is Jim's birthday. He's going to be 76. Birdie called last night and wanted to know if she could take Jim out for his birthday breakfast. So we're going to meet Birdie and Ron at the restaurant tomorrow morning for his breakfast. And then I think the kids are coming over later in the day for Jim's birthday to wish him a happy birthday. And then I think he'll watch his college football all day. I mostly just watch. I like football, but I mostly just watch the Lions for sure. Hey, buddy, make up my mind where I'm going. I always watch the Lions, and they play Sunday night on NBC. It's the game of the week, I think. And they're playing the Kansas City Chiefs. So anyway, I feel bad because I am not a baseball fan, and yet my Tigers are still in it. They play tonight. But Joan, who's a really big baseball fan, her Phillies lost. Edie over at Edie's Adventure, big baseball fan, her Guardians lost. Lainey at Lainey's Life loves the Boston Red Sox. They lost. Jim's Tigers, he's not really a true fan. He's a fair weather fan. His Tigers are still progressing. So I know it just doesn't seem fair to the really devout fans. And then I thought of Joan at Rise and Shine Suburban Homesteading because the Banana Somebodies are coming next year. It's the first time they've been to Comerica Park, which used to be Tiger Stadium. The Banana Somebody. I guess they play baseball funny. They're all dressed in yellow. They're supposed to be a really fun time. They're supposed to play next September. So I'm quite sure Aaron will probably bring Sophia because they go to the ball games and stuff like that. So that's something for her to look forward to. There must really be a long line at the hair place because I still haven't got a text telling me to come on in. Come on down. So, but other than going to the bookstore later, and I got the feeling that Jim doesn't really want to do that. So I don't know that we're definitely going to do that. But maybe we'll do that. We'll see. And then we have our Thursday shows to watch because he watches football on Thursday nights. So we watch all of the Law and Orders. Although the Law and Order Organized Crime, we've already seen because it was on Peacock last year, and so they're showing it on NBC now. So we're just going to watch the Law and Order now, Law and Order SVU, and then we're going to watch both the 911s. Although I think the 991 from the previews kind of looks like it jumped the shark, because we always say that no matter where they're located, they go to forest fires, they go to big city dwellings, they go to farms, put out fires, they go everywhere. Well, now according to the previews, they're going to space. Thinking, okay, I think we kind of jumped the shark there, going to space. But we'll see. And then on Matlock, I just read this morning, the new Matlock that's coming out. The guy that plays Matt, I think his name is, he's one of the underling things, him along with the Asian lady, Asian girl or whatever, that work with Matlock to solve the cases and that. He just got walked off the set for sexual harassment of the Asian girl. And so they said the way they're going to do it is they've already filmed a couple episodes. So he'll be in the first few episodes. But then after that, bye-bye. They're going to write his character out because they escorted him off the lot. So they investigated first, and they found the charges to be alleged charges. Got to make sure I say that right. The alleged charges, that they must have found some truth to it because he no longer has a job. So, and then Ritter on Chicago Fire, they wrote him out too because of budget cuts, which I don't understand. They write him out, but then they bring a new character in. And the new character used to be on The Good Doctor. So he must be charging way less money for them to sign him up and then get rid of the guy that played Ritter. So, anyway, that is another far-fetched show. Like they would have both Kelly and, or like Severide and what's her face? I can't stand her. I don't know. Stella, and in the same house. You know, that wouldn't happen. I can't say that they wouldn't still be firefighters, but they wouldn't be in the same house. And I don't know if it's just me, but I think that Herman, the guy that plays Herman, he looks really old this year. I don't know what he just really aged in that little bit of time, to me. I mean, I know he's not a spring chicken anyhow, but he's aged quite a bit, in my opinion. I don't know what it is different. I don't know if his hair is longer, or if he's just looking older, or what. I do think that once you hit a certain age, all of a sudden you look older. I just do. I think that, no matter what. But anyway. And so I saw on Facebook Roman, Edie's son, doing a play. And then like an interview or something for the local newscast or something. It's kind of cool. You know, like when they begin to become famous and then they show them their things from when they were in high school. Nobody in my high school ever... Well, you know, I take that back. Sheila Young was an Olympic gold medal winner. She was one of my friends until she got really involved in speed skating. And then we just kind of lost interest in each other. So our senior year, we kind of drifted apart. But like all through junior high and 10th, 11th grade, we were really good friends. And then she just got so involved in her training and just didn't have time for things, and we just kind of drifted apart. And then other than that, there was no big celebrities in my class. We lost a lot of young men in Vietnam. I know that. But who's to know? Anyway, it's kind of, you wonder why God takes some people like in their, before they've even had a chance to live their life, and then other people they live forever and ever. And then there's some people that, why are they still alive? You know, like, I know God has a purpose for everybody here, but sometimes you just wonder when they're just can't do anything but sit in a chair, what their purpose is. But they have a purpose. I know that. I firmly believe that. So, oh, well, I'll get here and they'll say, well, we called your number and you weren't here. I don't know why you weren't here. Another thing, I noticed that when Edie's in the car, and when Joan's in the car, and when Valerie Reese is in the car, um, they don't seem to need a microphone. But I know from when I edit my videos that I need a microphone. So I don't know if it's something with my holder that keeps the sound from coming through properly, or if it's just that I don't talk loud enough, although I've never been accused of being quiet. Never. So nobody's ever said, "Speak up, Sandy." They say, "Calm down." I get that a lot. Calm down. But nothing telling me to hurry up and talk louder. But, so, another beautiful day. Little on the chilly side, but it's so nice sleeping with my... You know what's funny is because last night it went down to 38 degrees and I had my bedroom window open. If it was the middle of winter, I would not have my window open at 38 degrees. Jim wouldn't allow it, for one thing. But I do believe that it's a different kind of a cold. Because I think a 70 degree now is different than a 70 degree in July. But that could just be me thinking that. So, well, we have arrived at a very busy parking lot. So maybe it is busier than I thought. So let us go get our haircut, and then I will show you my haircut when I get back. And then we'll go from there. I think we're done, but I'll show you my haircut. So, okay. Talk to you soon. Well, I have to say that was the weirdest haircut I've ever had in my life, and I do not like it. She screwed it up royally. It's really, at least it'll be the right length for my wedding in 2 weeks. But she read my card wrong. My card says take 2 inches off the top. She took 3 inches off the top. And then when she cut it and then she looked at it again, she says, "Oh my God, I did too much." And then she did the sides weird. She twisted her body in all different contortions. The way she held her scissors was like weird. And then she cut herself. She cut her finger. She almost cut her finger off with the scissors. She had to stop because she was getting blood in my hair because she had to go put Band-Aids on her fingers where she cut them. And I was like, oh my, and then when she got all done, she insisted on putting product in my hair, which I don't put product in my hair because I think she was trying to fix her mistakes. But thankfully, I don't really care. Jim he'll say, "Oh my God, you got all your hair cut." Or no, he'll call me a cancer survivor is what he'll do. He'll call me a cancer survivor, but it's like, I'm going to go home and get it all wet down and see if I can fix it somewhat better. But I mean, it'll be fine. It's just, it's a haircut. To me, it's just a haircut. And so I'm not the least bit worried about it. It's just, you know what, it'll grow. Thankfully, it'll grow back. And like I said, in 2 weeks, it'll be the perfect length, and now it won't be bothering me so much. Okay, that's going to do it for today. I'm going to go home and see if Jim still wants to go to the bookstore. He probably doesn't, but get on with my day. So until we talk to each other again, till we see each other, talk to you soon.